close we are now. Isn't that funny that we created that? Hello. Happy Magic Monday.
Happy Magic Monday.
We're in my bedroom because we were having a meditation ceremony, and it got really close to 10:30.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's 10:30 already. And so I'm in Megan's in Anthem, and we get to do Magic Monday here today.
Yeah, it's very close and personal.
Very close, which we were just making right there. Am I looking at the wrong place?
It's right there.
Okay.
I was looking at the wrong place. I keep looking at myself. Oh, that's not a camera.
And so it's funny because we were joking about when we've had our picture taken together that the photographer has told us to get closer, get closer, get closer. And we're like, how close do you need to be? And we're joking about that. And now here we are.
Yeah, because when we were doing the ceremony, Mom's back was up against my bed and my back was up against the chair. And we seemed really close. And we both at the same time like, are we
too close?
So we scooted away from each other. And then had the conversation about photographers always saying, you guys are mother-daughter, get closer, get closer. And we're like, gosh, how close do we have to be? And now here we are. In order to fit in this camera, we have to be so close.
So say hello when you tune in. Let us know you're here. Oh, good, we're getting some hearts.
Yeah.
Yay. So
Happy Magic Monday.
Yes.
Welcome. Today we're talking about how we create our own misery.
Yeah.
And this is part of playing outside of the matrix, is knowing how do we create our own misery and how do we create our own joy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that we were already talking about this morning, that it's in the very small, and we talked about it last week too, that it's in the details, right?
Yes.
The mastery is in the details. It's not in the big moments, the holidays, the weddings, the births. It is in the moment to moment to moment. And I was noticing, this morning when I was in my personal meditation early this morning and the babies woke up in the midst of it, how I had this resistance come up. And the resistance created physical nausea, right? Like, oh God, I really wanted to finish this. And I was like needing to come out of my meditation, end what I was doing so that I could go tend to the babies. And when I allowed myself to just be present, come back into the present moment and only be an observer of what was happening, which was I was hearing babies. Right? Now my humanness came in quickly and said, you hear the babies, you must stop taking care of yourself and go tend to the babies. And when I came back into presence, what I heard was giggles and chatting between the babies and them pleasantly and happily entertaining themselves and then playing, and had this moment of recognition. I almost chose, or I did momentarily choose discomfort. And if I were to scale back and look at that from a macro level, well, how often I do that?
Yeah.
Every single day.
And it's resistance of the present moment, resistance of what's happening in the moment. That can be traffic, it can be the babies waking up, it can be your spouse saying something that you didn't want to hear. So it's always resistance to what is occurring in the moment that causes our misery.
Misery, discomfort.
Yeah.
And so a way in which you can tell, am I causing my own misery, is, do you feel uncomfortable physically, mentally, emotionally? Because it is all a choice. And it's choosing what we want to feel in that moment that makes us masters of our reality, that allows us to play outside of the matrix. I'm on a cleanse, day 6, my final day. I am so proud of myself. Longest cleanse I've done without solid food. And the other night, Friday, we usually order pizza. We order in, and I was watching my whole family love their pizza, enjoying the pizza, and I could smell the pizza. And there was this part of me that became irritable, grumpy, hangry even, right? And that's where I said, I'm feeling discomfort, and my stomach is starting to growl. I'm starting to get nauseous because I'm so hungry, and realized, oh, what if I just chose to enjoy their pleasure in loving the pizza, and drink my broth with gratitude, and choose that that's what I'm doing, and coming into the present moment of it, right? That this was my choice to do the cleanse. And now that I had immediately shifted back into being a master of my reality, I was enjoying the moment. And it's these small details that actually create what I consider living my dream life, what you consider living your dream life. It's in these tiny moments.
I think a good point to say is, how do you know you're creating your own misery is when you feel miserable.
Yeah.
Right? Anytime you're not at peace with what is going on, or you're feeling discomfort or misery, you are creating it. There is another choice.
Yeah. And what the misery or discomfort is signaling to you is that you are resisting reality.
What is.
Or what is, not reality. You are resisting your present moment. And that's why coming into presence, I think, is probably one of the most powerful tools that I've ever used. And it seems so simple. Yet it's like coming back to that simplicity that has allowed for the flourishing of all this magic and miracles. So you're resisting your present moment if you're feeling miserable.
Yes.
You're resisting your present moment.
Or discomfort in any way. I mean, if you're sitting in traffic and you're anxious because you're going to be late, being anxious because you're going to be late is not going to get traffic moving. So you may as well choose a different experience, right? You have, what can you do with that free time as you're sitting in traffic? Be in gratitude, send love to the people that you love, whatever it is, right? Turn your book on and just enjoy the extra time that you have, instead of projecting into the future. In every moment, we're given opportunities to do exactly that. And it's like you said, it's the minute details. It's the details in the day that shifts your experience.
And then those compound, right? It becomes a snowball effect. And then you have all of those details where you've chosen joy, ease, grace, pleasure that pile up, and now your life is joy, ease, grace, and pleasure.
Yes. How do you create a dream life? Is create a dream moment, and then create the next dream moment, and then create the next dream moment. We get so caught up in thinking that the circumstances outside of us must change in order to live heaven on earth. Heaven on earth is a frequency, right? And you were just talking, we were talking over the weekend, and you were sharing this especially magical. Megan said, I had the most magical Friday. And she starts telling me about it, and she says, oh, it just sounds so normal. And I go, well, this is exactly what we teach, is bringing the magic into the mundane. But what we became even more aware of is it was actually acknowledging the magic in the mundane. There was being present in every situation, free of fear, free of striving, free of having to do something for there to be magic.
Yeah. So it wasn't even creating the magic, it was allowing it. It was being present to it, right?
Present,
acknowledging
it.
it.
Yes.
That it was already there. And in describing to her what this magical, just fantastic, magical, perfect, ideal Friday looked like. And like I said, it was just, wow, gosh, that sounds very mundane and normal. And then it dawned on me, it was always there. It was always there.
So good.
Yeah, it was the allowing myself to release thinking about, oh, I need to make this money, or I need to be working or doing this or get the house in order before I can slow down and be present. Right?
Yep.
So that was that duh or light bulb moment of, it was already there.
Mm-hmm.
So this heaven on earth, wherever you think you're going, is actually already here. It's already available. It always was. It always has been, and it is right in this moment.
Mm-hmm. And that which you resist is where the magic is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've been practicing this a lot. If there's something, it was two things. One, this ideal life that I've always dreamed of, and then having the opportunity to have that, I realized I wasn't doing what I thought I would.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to actually start doing those things.
Yeah.
Right? For example, one of them is when I take my kids to the pool, to go in and play with them and like actually get wet, right? Like my hair wet, to not wear makeup and that sort of thing. And so I go to the pool yesterday with them, and I had a moment of where I wanted to default into this very mainstream, like, oh, I'll just sit on the chair and look at my phone and let the kids go play.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait, in my dream life where I worry about nothing, I've seen myself playing with them in the water.
Yeah.
Right? And so I went and did that, and it was like, oh yeah, this was always available.
Yep.
This was available before I had the money. Right? This was available before I had the career. This was all already here. And so I would love to hear in the comments, what are you noticing in this conversation is already here and always was already here?
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Jessica left a comment. I couldn't read all of it because it says, see more.
People used to ask me if I was high because I was always so happy and giggly and blown away by the magic of each day. It absolutely is a state of mind and frequency. Yes, yeah, it's being able to embody and choose that frequency. The way that I was at that fork in the road, hey, am I going to choose this frequency, which is me over here and my children over there in the magic of life? Or am I going to choose to be in the magic of life?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And there is such a great feeling, like Jessica said, like it's just everything feels so amazing. Like, oh my gosh, look at all the cars. Look at the joy over there. Look at that person experiencing joy. Look at it. It just is like this whole embodied feeling of just pleasure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So good.
The happiness I feel has always been here. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And so is it next week or the week after? In about 2 weeks, we're going to be coming to you with some more information about mastery, playing outside of the matrix, what it takes to live heaven on earth in your dream life right here, right now. We know that sometimes a process is really helpful for that, and so we are going to be revealing all of the process that we have done to create this magic and this miraculous life that was already here.
Yeah.
So it was already here, and that's where mastery, I think, is going to be the most profound, is that it's a fast track, pretty much like everything that we do, but it's going to be even faster because we had the epiphany, which was already there as well, that this heaven on earth, this ideal life that you can sense, that you can feel, the one that you are always moving toward, actually doesn't require you to move toward it anymore. It requires you to tap into it because it's already here.
Absolutely.
So more on that coming soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Until then, we'll see you next Magic Monday.
Yes. Bye for now. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.